Okay, this is chapter 9.2, and it's on ordered pairs. We see that we have a graph already set up here. We're going to be graphing today, and this is kind of fun. We're going to start out with just kind of getting the vocabulary down, and usually there's kind of a line, and it goes forever in that direction, and the horizontal direction, and we call that the y-axis, sorry, the x-axis. Let me move that so that there's room for me to write. It's the x-axis, A-X-I-S. Okay, and we have another one that is vertical, and it starts right down here at the corner and goes forever in this direction, and we call that the y-axis. So this is the y-axis. And we use this is a plane. It's like a flat area, and we use it to put in what are called ordered pairs. And that's what we have here. An ordered pair is two numbers, like a 3 and a 4. And they're in order because the x is first and the y is second. And that's how they're ordered. And it's how we can find them, and we can always do it the same way. And first we have to maybe put in some numbers, and so we'll come down here, and this corner is kind of 0. We actually call it, this isn't in your book, it's called the origin. It's where everything begins. Origin is like beginning or original, and it's called 0, 0. The x is 0 and y is 0. And x and y can be any number, and they go in order. X always goes first and y always goes second. Now we looked at this ordered pair, and we can call it a point. It ends up being a point somewhere on this plane, and it's also an ordered pair because there are two of them and they're in order. Okay, so I'm going to change colors, and we're going to kind of use this little line tool again, and we start at 0, 0. We always start at the origin, and we go 3 over in the x direction. We always go this way first. 1, 2, 3. And I guess I should back up real quick and put some numbers in. This line, vertical line, represents 1. This one represents 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on into infinity. And this horizontal line represents 1, and this one represents 2, 3, 4. Now I'm not labeling the spaces, I'm labeling the lines, and it's important. Sometimes students get confused about those, and they think they're looking at the lines or at the spaces, and I'm looking at the lines. So we're numbering the lines. This is 0, 0, and our first ordered pair has us going 3 on the x and 4 on the y. So we start here, we go over 3 on the x-axis, and then we go up 4 on the y-axis, and that we put a point right here where the 3, this number here, and the 4 cross. Now if I did it differently, if I got confused about the order and I put the y first and the x second, or if I went up 3 and over 4, I would get this point. And these points are not the same. This one is wrong. And it's only wrong because we decided that x goes first and y goes second. If we had gone the other way, it would be right. But whatever it is we all have to agree on the way to do it. And so the mathematicians and scientists got together and they figured out that our order has to be x first and y second. And it's alphabetical, and it kind of makes sense. If we had another order pair, say I had, we'll call this one A. Sometimes we label them. Say we have another ordered pair, and we'll call it B, and B is 5, 2. So in that case, we would go, starting at the origin, we'd go over 5 in the x direction. Ooh, I was trying to draw a straight line. Thought I had my tool out. I didn't. Go over 5 in the x direction, and then we would go up 2 in the y direction, And that gets us to this point right here. So this is point B, and this was point A. Now I'm drawing these lines, and really you don't have to draw the lines. After a while you get pretty good, and you put a line in there. For instance, we could put one at 0, 6. 0, 6 means I go over toward the x-axis 0. That means I'm still right here. And then I go up, so you go over first, and then you go up second. So I go over 0, and then I go up 6, and I can just kind of put my dot there. I should keep using the blue for that. And this is point C at 0, 6. If I write it the other direction and say maybe we may have something like 4, 0, put the number first and the 0 second. I guess 0 is a number too, but we go over 4 and we go up 0, so that would be D. And one more. Let's do E. We'll do it backwards. Let's put a point just right here, and then we'll figure out what that point is. Okay, so this is kind of starting backwards, but we can do it that way. This is point E. And what is that point? Well, we would have to come over to 7, right? So we'd come over to 7, so the x-coordinate is 7, and we'd go up to 8, so the up coordinate, the y-coordinate, is 8. Okay. Alright, that's a pretty good start. I think that you understand how to plot points. You've probably done this before. You're going to be asked to plot a lot of points on this assignment, but plotting points is kind of fun, and it's relatively easy as long as you remember that there is an order and that the two numbers make up the pair, and we find a place on it for our graph. And you can print graph paper if you need it from the internet, or you can get some from me at school. Have fun.